Good morning, everybody. I hope you are all doing all amazing. We're going to continue with the halachot of the 9 days, the Tishat Ayamim, and talk about something a little unusual that we don't talk about so much, but it is actually very explicit in the halacha. We do not, during the 9 days, get involved in any action that has to do with knitting, sewing, embroidering new clothing. Okay, it could be clothes, it could be shoes. We don't do this kind of activity. Apparently, it has to do with simcha, it has to do with maybe the fact that they are new, it gives some kind of satisfaction. And the halacha is quite clear about this action that should be avoided during the 9 days. Now, like every rule, we have obviously exceptions. Exception number one is if you come to fix something that is ripped. So if you have a cloth that is ripped and you need to sew it back, it will be allowed during the 9 days. There is no problem in doing so. Also, if you have a button of pants, shirts that fell off, and it would be very inappropriate and very shameful to wear that cloth without the button, it will be mutar during the 9 days to sew it back. And so on for other scenarios and situations where it needs to be fixed and not made from the beginning. Another exception that we find is if it's letzorech parnasa, which means that the person's living depends on that. This is what he does, and if he's not going to be involved by this activity, then he's going to have a real problem financially. He's going to be in trouble, and in that situation, Chacham Ovadia comes to even extend the permission to Tisha B'Av itself, if necessary. But once again, everybody has to be honest and see if he could hold himself from doing such job and still be okay financially, then he should not be doing it. If a person has a company with employees that depend on him, and this is what they do, a knitting factory, etc., then in this situation, these employees who might very well need the parnasa, the company will be allowed to stay open, once again, since it is letzorech parnasa, survival, basic needs. Another exception, if it's letzorech mitzvah. So very interesting, if you want to do tzitzit, for example, there is absolutely no problem doing so during the 9 days because it's a mitzvah. Also, if you have Bezrat Hashem a Brit Milah, even on Tisha B'Av, and you want to make a nice pillow for the baby, that will be mutar because it's also considered a torech mitzvah. Not only that, if you have a school that is teaching girls how to knit, how to sew, how to embroider, etc., that is also considered, according to Chacham Ovadia, somehow a torech mitzvah and will be allowed to be open during the 9 days. And last but not least, very interesting, if a lady feels that by sewing, knitting, she calms her nerves, this helps her to stay calm and to not get upset at the kids, at the husband, etc., that also is considered a torech mitzvah, and according to the halacha, will be allowed to be done during the 9 days. I wish you all an amazing and safe day.